right, so we're here today at United Way's Over the Edge event, and who are we speaking with this morning?
I'm Laura Gilliam. I'm the Executive Director of United Way of the River Cities.
Well, Laura, thanks for taking a few moments to speak with us.
Sure.
Pretty awesome looking event we have underway. What was the motivation behind this event today?
Well, when we raise money, which we do year-round, we like to do, if we're going to do an event, we like to do something that's different. We like to do something that's unique. And so we did some research and found this company Over the Edge, and felt like it was a really cool thing to bring to Huntington. The West Virginia building is the tallest building in the city, and so we thought what a cool thing it would be to give people the chance to rappel off that building.
Yeah, absolutely. So what was the response like when you first made this announcement?
Well, the response was phenomenal. We had people saying, "Oh my gosh, what a cool thing to do. So glad this is coming to Huntington." So there's a lot of buzz about it.
And I might have heard that you did this yourself. You went over?
Yes, we had a VIP media day yesterday, featured our sponsors and some of the members of the media. And so I went down first at 1 o'clock. Yep.
How was the experience?
It was great. I was nervous because I've never done anything like this before, but they are so professional. They put you at ease. It was fun. I would definitely do it again.
We are.
Okay. Can we ask you a couple questions before you go?
Yeah.
All right. Frank Gilliam, are you excited?
Very excited.
So what sparked your interest in going over the edge today?
Well, I have a unique connection. My wife is sort of the head of the whole thing. So she's the executive director of the United Way. And she did it yesterday and had a great time. And it sounds like it's a really exciting experience.
Did it take any persuasion to get you to do it?
No. It's pretty amazing to be up here and look and see how far up we are. But they train you really well and they prepare you really well, and safety is their first job.
Awesome. Well, good luck this morning.
Thank you.
It looks like a blast.
Yeah.
All right, Frank, this is our short training rappel. Okay. We do this so you can really focus on how the equipment works before you're hanging over the edge of the building.
Right.
Here at Over the Edge, we take no chances. So we always use 2 ropes. You're going to be on a main rope and a backup.
Okay.
With your backup rope, you get a backup device. This works very similar to the seatbelt in your car.
Right.
Okay, so if you go at a nice, consistent pace rappelling down the building, this is just going to trail next to you. Okay? If for any reason you were to go too quickly, though, it automatically locks itself.
Right.
First thing we want to do is identify that lockup. Okay. So it'll go from that typically slacked position to a tight one.
Okay.
If this happens, you're going to give us the I locked up symbol.
Yeah.
2 arms out to the side. Yep. When that happens, we'll come over the radio and say, "Hey, just relax. It's not a big deal. We know you locked up. We're going to lower you some slack." Okay, let's pause there and talk about the radio. If you want to use it, you put your right hand over the top, and where that big button is on the side where your thumb sits, it's push to talk, let go to listen. Okay. So when we say we're going to lower you some slack, we will. So it'll go from that tight position back to the loose one.
Okay.
Now we need to unlock this before we rappel.
Yeah.
So since both my hands are off, I reach over with my left hand and hold down on that orange rope.
Okay.
My right hand comes across and holds onto the device.
Okay.
There's no button or switch. You just hold on gently, push towards the rope and up 2 inches. It releases the pressure, and now it'll run
so you don't
freely.
squeeze it, you're just going to move it up.
Yeah, just like that seatbelt, if you've ever felt it, you got to take the pressure off.
Yeah.
So it's real easy, and you'll have a chance to do this.
Is that how seatbelts actually? That's how the same idea.
Yeah, it's the same idea right now. Same principle. There's 2 centrifugal wheels. Faster it goes, it locks up.
Okay.
Take the pressure off, they fall back into place.
Okay.
So when you do this, you'll get your hands on it. You'll see it's pretty easy. But if you go at that consistent pace, you really don't need to worry about it. It's for people that like to go as fast as possible.
Yeah.
So we're going to go over the rappel device next.
Yeah.
Besides this device here, you have a single carabiner on your right hip. It's just a reminder to keep your hand down there on the rope.
Yeah.
Okay? If I can get mine on. Okay. Just sits right down there to your side. All right, so you'll have an opportunity to come up here. You're going to hold onto the tripod legs, walk up to the top, and I'll take all that slack out for you.
Yeah.
And then you just sit down in your harness.
Okay.
You'll see I'm in this good rappel position.
Yeah.
This is how we want to stay all the way down the building. This ain't the movies. We're not the SWAT team, flailing around, flipping upside down, nothing like that. Okay, you'll have a good enough time. I'm going to go back to this device now and show you how it works. With the handle down, we call this park. You're not going to go anywhere. If you flip this up vertically, we call that neutral. You're still not going to go anywhere. The only time you travel down the building is if you operate this like a gas pedal. Harder you pull, faster you go. So we start slow. Okay, and I'll demonstrate that now. My right hand's down on my glue rope, nice and loose, has to run through your hand. My left arm is going to go under this black strap to keep it out of your way. And then you just grab onto the handle here. You'll see I feel a little tension, and then you pull a hair beyond that, and you'll see this rope start to run through the device there. Just like that. For any reason you tried to be that hot dogger and run down the building and yanked on this, we got another safety feature. Pull down on that, it'll self-lock itself. Okay. To reset that, you just go back to neutral. Resets itself, and then you rappel like normal. Okay. You really get to pick the speed. All right, now it's your turn. Oh,
Yeah, you gotta do this.
yeah, because we need to lower you some slack. So when you see that, when you lower it down, now go ahead and unlock the device. There you go. Make sure it rides down. It's that easy. Just taking that pressure off. My name's Adam. I'm with Over the Edge.
Awesome. So, Adam, how long have you been involved with Over the Edge?
Well, I started as a volunteer about 5 years ago, but now I work full-time with the company for about 3.5 years.
Excellent. So, from what I've seen, Over the Edge is a nationwide, you do these types of events nationwide?
Yes, it started up in Canada, Nova Scotia, and then we moved down in the United States, and now we've been branching out to Europe and places like that.
Excellent.
So we work all over with all different nonprofits.
So all of the events are coordinated alongside a nonprofit agency?
Correct.
Great. What is the highest descent that you've been involved with for one of the Over the Edge
Me
events?
personally, it was 480 feet in Jersey
my.
City.
So how many stories would that be as a direct translation?
It kind of gets weird with the stories because when you get to that height, they have maintenance floors and things, but it was quite a bit.
Just really high, basically,
Yes.
comparatively to the height we're at today on the West Virginia building.
It'll be 3 times this building.
3 times this building, so that's really high. Do you enjoy what you do here?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, getting to work with people and help raise money for good causes, I mean, how much better could it get?
I would say not much. I think this is a pretty exceptional view, even from 18 stories today, right?
Oh, this is wonderful.
Stories.
Actually, these are some of the better sights because you get to really look out over the rivers and see the architecture and things like that.
Great.
Sometimes we're 480 feet up. It's hard to see. Everything's just
an
little
ant
dots.
down there. Great. So when it comes to things like safety, obviously, if we look here to the left, there's an enormous amount of safety gear. And we took a look here just a few moments ago at kind of the pre-show where you educate the rappeller prior to. Let's talk for a second about the importance of that.
The safety. That's where we start down in staging when you're getting your harness on. We want everyone to feel comfortable every step of the way. So we really start with talking about the safety on the harness. That's why we do that full training rappel over there. It's only 3 feet off the ground. So then they can focus on the equipment before they're kind of shaking over the edge. But we adhere to all of the Society of Professional Rope Access Technician standards as well as OSHA. So we apply to anything a normal construction crew would. So.
Nice. And I noticed even looking at the gear, the vast majority of the gear looks practically brand new. So that was very impressive to me, just seeing the quality of the gear. I'm not a rappeller, but it all looks brand new.
Absolutely. We're constantly maintaining our gear and inspecting as we go. So
awesome. Have you ever had anyone get to the edge and say, oh no?
So every once in a while, but we're kind of persuasive. We don't force anyone to go, but sometimes you need a little push to get over that hump and the nervousness. So every once in a while, it's not for everybody, but we say everyone can do it. I mean, it's just a wonderful experience being able to talk people over the edge and you know, sometimes this is people's only Rappel in their life. So it's a great story for them, and we're helping a great cause. And as we say, it was much more safe doing the Rappel than driving here. So.
This is cool. See ya.
Have a good ride, bro.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Oh, amazing. Watch the speed here. Look at this. Look down. Oh. What do we say? Yeah! Woo-hoo! That was a blast. Just a total blast. And my rope man, give me some love here. Looking good. Looking good. Wow. That was great. That was really amazing.
The hardest part's that first part.
way better.
So a little post-show wrap-up here. You've
Sure.
been over the edge.
Okay.
How did it go?
Well, you know, some things you have high expectations, and I did, but this was all even better than I thought it was going to be. It was
Excellent.
exhilarating, absolutely. And you know, I've lived here for 27 years, and it's some ways seeing where you live for the very first time. You know, you never get this kind of perspective. That's the only way you can get it. And I was really enjoyed the task of getting the GoPro video. I hope that it's worthy. But I did look around a lot. I looked down and all, and it was quite a perspective. A nice thing to do early in the morning.
So you ready to do it again?
I would do it again. I would go on right on up there and do it right now.
How you feel? So what's coming up soon for United Way? We've got this great event today, but as you mentioned, it's a year-round fundraising effort.
Sure.
So let's talk about what's next. What are we looking forward to next?
Sure, absolutely. Well, we do our annual workplace campaign, which starts, our annual fundraising campaign, which starts in September. And then our next big event is October the 7th, which is Levels. This is our third year. It's a gala type event at the Marshall Visual Arts Center. And it'll go from, I believe, 7 to 11. So that's the next big thing that we have on tap.